size is important, that you might want to optimize these things in the smaller watersheds, which don't have that kind of large amount of habitat. So what are some of the implications for the future as well? So one of the things, again, focusing on the same things, is biological activity. We have to make sure that we're not losing too many of our species. Diversity loss, we don't want. What about the influence of global warming? That might, if conditions, water temperatures continue to warm, maybe that's a good thing for denitrification, but then at the same time, we might be losing species, or the species composition might change because they can't tolerate the new temperature compared to the old. So we're not sure how that's going to influence biological activity. The dam removals that are ongoing, that's going to influence it. And then whether we have development occurring coastally or inland. And then the other future ideas that we need to think about is, well, how is climate variability going to change in the future? So right now they predict maybe not that much of a change in total precipitation, but a lot of people are saying we're going to get more pulses in a short period of time and then longer periods of drought in between. How is that going to influence the delivery of nutrients to our critical water bodies? And then, of course, we're going to continue to grow our population in New Hampshire. Those people are going to have to live somewhere. And then what about the wastewater treatment plants that are going to get the waste from them? These are all the factors that are going to influence how much gets in. So the answer, so here's the question: can rivers help with other water quality variables? They can for other things as well. Phosphorus, it can help over shorter time periods, but is not a permanent loss because phosphorus never goes away as a gas. So freshwater lakes are often phosphorus, eutrophied due to excess phosphorus. They may help, but it may not be as useful. Things like bacterial pathogens may be helpful as well because those bacteria will decay. Basically, they'll start to die off as they flow downstream. And we have I have a former master's student who's publishing a paper about this right now. Some other contaminants like PFAS, which has been in the news a lot recently, we don't really know how effective rivers are at removing that because it's just kind of a new contaminant that we haven't really studied very well. And then there's other factors that are polluting our streams now. Chloride, because of road salt. Well, streams cannot clean that up at all because chloride is just passive. It just flows downstream. It's not used by the biology at all. So it'll only work for some things. So what do you think? Are rivers like livers? Who says yes? All right, who says no? Some of you may not know because you just came in. Yes, but they're prettier. Okay? So they are kind of like them. They help clean up some of the pollution that we have. They're both useful. So rivers are useful, as are livers. Like livers, they remove unwanted pollutants. Okay? One's from our body, the other's from our environment or our watersheds. Like livers, they can be overwhelmed and damaged. So just like, if you drink too much, that's a bad thing for your liver because it's cleaning up some of those toxins. Some similar sorts of things can happen in rivers as well. And like livers, rivers must be cared for to maintain health. So these are sort of things that we just want to make sure when we manage our environment that we're thinking about these things. And we need to consider not just individual rivers, but the entire set of streams, rivers that are connected. Lakes, ponds, reservoirs, the whole gamut. And so this is the sort of take-home message, is that we need to really think and care about our environments. So, and with that, I'll leave it up to questions. This is just a picture of Manchester during the flood from a couple of years ago when there was it was just massive flooding. So we have to think about other things too, but this is just a final slide. So, does anyone have any questions? Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah.